For more than 30 years, Louise Harris has owned Last Research and Editing, and for nearly 10 years, owned Christian Marketing Experts. She has helped numerous clients in writing, editing, and marketing manuscripts and content. In addition, she has published 4 novels, 1 book on addiction, a children's book, and ghostwrote 2 cookbooks and a thriller.
Hello, I'm Louise Harris from Last Research and Editing and Christian Marketing Experts. And this week on The Last Word, we're going to be talking about startups. So let's get started. Last week in my networking meeting, we got into a conversation about financing your business when you're starting out. And what the general consensus was that people who have a dream to start a business should start it slowly, and they should make sure that they have enough money to fund the business for at least a year, maybe even more, without expecting to get a lot of influx of revenue. You will get some, but it may not be the great numbers that you will get after you've built up a reputation and have people reviewing you and offering you and telling their friends and all those things that happen when you have started a business. One of the suggestions for people who are just starting out is not to give up their full-time job, because then the money from the business is not paying for housing and credit cards and food and all those other utilities and necessities that your full-time job is covering. But I have met a lot of business owners, and I tell that to them. I'm like, make sure that you don't give up your, keep your job and then fund your business while you're still working. I mean, even I started out that way. I wasn't doing full-time work that I'm doing now. I was working full-time for a company, and then at night and on weekends, I would do my business. And that's how I built up my business. I didn't have to worry about the bills. When you start a business and every dollar you make is going to pay for your housing and your food, you're not going to get ahead. You're going to constantly be paying all your bills, and then you're going to get despair, and you're not going to realize the dream that you had envisioned. Now, if you do your business part-time while working full-time, you can not worry about those things, and then you can start saving your money from the business so that eventually you can let go of the full-time job. But almost everybody at my networking meeting agreed that that doesn't happen immediately, that you do not have the finances to get rid of your full-time job right away. Now, in some cases, you could be in a job that is actually sapping your energy because it is a very bad job. And we've all had them. I had a job where I had to work because my husband was unemployed, and it was a very bad job. I mean, technically it was in the writing field, but I would go to work. It was 6 to 2. I would go to work at 6 in the morning, and I'd be done all of the work for the day by 10 o'clock in the morning. And then I had 4 more hours where I had nothing to do. And it really drained my energy. And plus, I didn't have the business owners, and they weren't really bringing everybody together, and they weren't really talking to you, and it was just a job that I had to get rid of, even though I needed the money. But I still had my business on the side while I was doing that job that was horrible, so that I could keep my business going and keep getting the things that I like to do. So if you have a passion and you want to start a business, that's great. Go ahead and do it. Just make sure you plan and you don't give up the source of income that's going to help you until you're absolutely ready to give up that source of income. Now, if you have a job that you just can't handle anymore, then maybe you should give it up and then let the business support you for a little while. But when you give up your full-time job, know that your income is going to be sporadic. Make sure you have a plan for it, like have money in the bank or have help from your family members or something. You have a plan to cover the expenses when you don't have income. So that's my story today. Thank you for watching. If you have subscribed and are watching, I appreciate every one of you. It does help with the algorithm and the brand awareness. If you have not subscribed, please do, because your friends might want to watch too. Who knows? And I also invite you to visit my website, www.lastresearchandediting.com, www.christianmarketingexperts.com, www.amazon.com/author/Louise Harris. Buy some books. And as always, don't worry, be happy.